Y'all are going to have to excuse me when answering these questions. I've got braces right now, as you can see. It's only the top layer, the bottom layer is still open, but yeah, I got braces, so my mouth is in a lot of pain right now, so just try to bear with me while I'm answering these. But Q&A time, 1000 sub special, rotting 1 year anniversary, exam week, a lot of stuff happened last week. But yeah, it's time to answer the questions that you guys asked on the Q&A. There was only like 12, maybe 13, I think, but it's better than nothing, so I'm going to answer them right here, right now. Let's just not waste any time. Let's do it. Alright, so first off, we got a pretty simple one. How's your day today? If we're talking the day you asked that question, it was really nice because it was the final day of school before spring break. If we're talking today, a week from when you asked the question, I'm alright. If we're talking the day the Q&A releases, I don't know, man. I can't predict the future. Next, we got how long have you been on YouTube for, and what was one of your earliest videos you watched? I've been on YouTube since November of 2020. I believe it was more mid-November. Yeah, I want to safely say mid-November, and I was only able to figure the second part out by going back on the data. You can go on your YouTube data and you go on comments, and you can go back to your earliest comments on videos. So I noticed a lot of them were like some old family gaming channels, like one of them was FGTV, another one was Ronald OMG. It was kind of just those, and I was looking at early comments I was making on those videos, and it was all asking them to play Five Nights at Sonic's Maniac Mania. I had like just discovered Five Nights at Sonic's, and I'd really loved it, so I wanted to see a lot of big people play it. So free advertise. Can we see QnA game rotting the creepypasta, please? First of all, it's called rotting a Sonic creepypasta, but it's fine. And another thing, I'm gonna sound so stupid and get made fun of for this, but like, it's not really an EXE game, I would say. It's more a creepypasta game, because rotting Sonic himself in the story is not really an EXE. Like, he doesn't have these black magic powers or can teleport everywhere or make clones of himself, you know. I'm gonna try to explain this my best without spoiling it, and I'll just say it's Sonic and he's just gone insane. But it's like it's the same old Sonic. There's no magical powers that he can control. Yeah, that's all I'll say. There's nothing like that, so it's not really an EXE game. I know people are still gonna call it that, and can you see it? Yeah, sure, here's a little clip of me beta testing a boss battle.
I literally coded these to be random. Why are you using this one 90% of the time?
Next we got, how does it feel to be a developer? It is really nice, actually, because every day I am working, well, maybe not every day, but like most I can, I'm working on rotting, and not really like sitting around. Like, it's nice because I get more focused on, like, I'm making digital art every day, I'm coding and collecting every day. I have over 700 hours in it, help me please. But it's nice because there's rarely any times where I like sit around and like do nothing or play games or something like what my generation does all the time. I did recently play Inmost, which was an amazing game. Can you do a tutorial about how to make a character select if there's some deaths or not? And I know the Cyan Duff Fox, I know you've been asking that. I think like 2 previous times you did ask that. Yes, I will do it. Please give me time. Okay. What made you create games? It was like a few things. Part of it was watching those like devlog videos of people showing like quick behind the scenes or talking about them making their games or how long it takes. And after a while of watching those, I was kind of like, oh, I want to do that. And I gotta say, it's also kind of a combination of, once I found out that like anyone can make a game, like there's options for anyone to make a game, I wanted to try it myself, because I was a silly little kid who thought that you could only make a game if you were in some like big company or something. I don't know. And once I discovered you could make them for free and anytime you want, well, the depending on the game you want to make and the engine you want to use. Maybe it's for free, maybe not. Yeah, that was kind of another reason when I discovered anyone could make games. Next we got, can you make Sonic.exe boss battles? Yes, I can. I don't think I've ever done one with Sonic.exe specifically, but I have made them before in Sonic Return of the Demon. I made like a little sort of a metal Sonic boss battle. You could kind of count it. Here's the quick clip of me showcasing it. It's the only clip I have of it, because if you know the story of that game, then the files for it got deleted, and everything got deleted for it. So there's nothing left of that game. So that was like one boss battle, and then for rotting, obviously there's gonna be quite a few boss battles, and I have made 2 already. Maybe the second one it's sort of a boss battle, but not like the type of boss battle you'd expect when you hear boss battle, but it is considered a boss battle. So I've technically made 3 total. And since I know people are going to be asking this, yes, I will do a tutorial on boss battles, okay? And I got a question for you. How do you make cutscenes / animations in a Sonic.exe game? I noticed Turbo did reply to that with watch Devi's tutorial. Yes, Devi does have a tutorial for making cutscenes in your Sonic.exe fan game. It's a little dated, but it does still kind of work if you want to make something simple. I will make a tutorial in the future though of how to do it. I'm not really sure how I could answer that question like right here with just me, but in the future I will do a tutorial on that, I promise. Then we got, how do you make pixel art so good? If anyone doesn't know, I feel bad calling myself a professional, even though so much people say like, oh no, you're a professional, man. So I'll just say I'm a really good pixel artist. If you can see by the banner, all that's done by me. If you've seen my DeviantArt, however it's pronounced, that also has a few things on it, but it's really GameJolt. If you follow my GameJolt, then you will know I am a good pixel artist. And of course, rotting, all the art in there is original except for like some Green Hill tiles, I think. The question of how do I make it so good, saying it right here is like a little tough. I have techniques I've stuck with over the years, but I have had like 3 years of experience, and like here's some pictures I can show of my early pixel art. Will there be a tutorial on making your own boss? Yes, there will be. Please calm down. What is the best Sonic.exe in your opinion? And I can have your Discord, please. First of all, no, you cannot have my Discord. If you want it, go find it. The best Sonic.exe in my opinion is probably this dude right here on screen with he's really got more of like a hedgehog type snout. It's a really old fan art. If you've been in the EXE community for a long time, you'll probably recognize this fan art. It's a really old one. It was one of the early visual representations of the I Am God screen, but that one has to be like my favorite design of Sonic.exe, just because the hedgehog snout makes it feel more like an actual hedgehog, and like all the blood, and some people would say it's more of a wolf snout, but like if you look at hedgehogs, really they have that like snout where it really points out. Sonic's snout now doesn't really point out as much, but like that has to be my favorite Sonic.exe design. Now I'm sure you were talking about like favorite fan-made EXE, since there's a lot of them nowadays, and out of those ones I would probably have to say Sonic OMT, I think he's called, or just the Sonic.EXE from the One More Time series, or One Last Round, or all that. That one is probably my favorite one, just because, I don't know, I mean, the pixel art's really good in it, his character's really interesting, and yeah, that's probably it. Finally, we have, how did you get into games? If you're talking about like developing games, then I answered that earlier. If you're talking about like playing video games, that started when I was really young, maybe back in like 2013. My dad kept his old Sega Genesis, and he also kept this like 80-in-1 collection thingy where it's got all these old Sega games on it. We still have it out there in the living room. It's really, and it still works. It's really cool. The sound on it is like pitched a little bit down, but other than that, it works just fine, and it's still really cool to go back there every now and then and like feel like I'm a 90s kid playing the game on this like massive TV. But really that's how I got into that, because he had that, because my dad loves Mortal Kombat a lot. I like Mortal Kombat, it's cool, but like then I was scrolling through it one day and discovered Sonic, and I played it and I absolutely loved it. And it also had Sonic 2, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and it also had Sonic Spinball. So if I had to say my favorite Sonic game, I would say it's Sonic Spinball. It's a really amazing. Not my favorite game out of like everything, but my favorite Sonic game, probably Sonic Spinball. I know that wasn't really a question, but I'll just put it out there in case any of you were curious on that. Okay, so that was all the questions that were asked. I know this was pretty short, but I mean, I'm not popular. What were you expecting? And that's really all I have to say. Thank you for 1,000 subscribers. I am going to get back to developing Rotting right now and making more tutorials, and that's kind of it. I will see you all in the next tutorial. Goodbye.